After finishing just outside the top 10 in 2024, the Noles aren't satisfied. Mike Norvell and that Florida State staff are once again gunning for a top 10 recruiting class. As it sits now, they're in there. FSU currently checks in at number 8 in the 2025 rankings, but there's more to come. And in this video, we're going to cover the top-rated prospects FSU is trending for in this 2025 cycle. But first, FSU fans, do me a favor right now. Hit subscribe to the On3 Recruits channel. We love talking FSU on this channel, so hit subscribe for me, please. All right, before we get into who's trending to FSU, I want to take a look at who the Noles have committed. The top-rated commit on the offensive side of the ball is Solomon Thomas. He goes 6'4", 315 pounds. FSU has the number 1 ranked interior offensive lineman in the country. A huge win early in the cycle for FSU. Now he's out of Jacksonville. He goes to Raines High School. And as you know, Jacksonville is a battleground city for FSU. Jamie French also coming from the city of Jacksonville. UF, Miami, South Carolina, that was the top competition for FSU when they won Solomon Thomas. Offensive line, always a major need for FSU. So for Alex Atkins to go out and lock down the number 1 interior offensive lineman in the country, that is a solid foundation to build this class upon. All right, let's flip over to the defensive side of the ball real quick. The top commitment is edge Javian Hilson. How did FSU get him? Well, they wasted no time capitalizing on the Nick Saban retirement. Hilson flipped from the Tide back in January at 6'4", 225 pounds. FSU is getting an elite pass rusher. And I say that because he's the number 4 ranked edge in America, top 50 player, number 43 overall in the entire country. Now, Hilson is from Cocoa Beach, Florida, so it was a big win to keep him in state. Miami and others are still recruiting. Won't be easy to keep him, but much like Solomon Thomas, on the offensive side of the ball, edge is a position of need almost every cycle for FSU, so it's good to see them building this class on the backs of 2 players at positions of need like offensive line and edge. Kind of takes a little pressure off the staff as we move through this cycle. All right. As I said, FSU only has 4 commitments in the 2025 cycle, so for them to already be ranked number 8, you know it's a very talented group that they're building on. All right, let's take a look at a few prospects inside the top 300 that the Noles are trending for. We'll start with athlete Daryl Jackson. You see FSU at 88%. Next closest is Florida at 4%. Number 47 overall, another top 50 prospect. He's out of Dodge County. He has a bunch of visits lined up this spring, but it's FSU who's trending. But watch out for Alabama, A&M, Georgia, and Auburn. He already has visits locked in for those in March. Now, I fully expect him to see him back in Tallahassee this spring. I don't know when Johnson is going to commit. I don't think it'll be anytime soon, but the Noles are definitely the team to beat here. Next up, linebacker Tavian Wallace, and FSU's trending at 94%. It's a good thing because FSU needs linebackers. He's out of Jessup, Georgia, and he is high on the Noles because of his relationship and comfortability with the staff. He's been on campus several times, and I expect him back this spring. He's also going to check out LSU, South Carolina, Florida, and then he'll be back at FSU on April 12. We'll see how all this lines up because he has official visits coming in June. I think, and I know he's going to schedule an official visit with Florida State. Right now he has Georgia and South Carolina, so you can kind of see where the competition comes from. Wallace wants to make his commitment later this summer. Like I said, FSU sitting in a really good spot as we head into spring recruiting. Moving down the list, just one more name, running back Usman Kroma. He is out of the state of Georgia, Lee County, Georgia. Noles have a little bit of a lead, 36% to Georgia's 16% over the number 63 ranked prospect in the country. Now, I mentioned Georgia. They were a major threat. I say were because I think the loss of assistant coach Del McGee to Georgia State hurts their chances. Del McGee, not only the running back coach, also the primary recruiter for Georgia on Kroma. Now, FSU's running back coach, David Johnson, he has his hook set in on this recruitment and has so for about the last 1 to 2 years. This isn't a new recruitment for FSU. They've been involved, and I love where the Noles sit right now early on in this one. All right, last prospect that we want to hit that's trending towards FSU is Gregory Thomas, 98%. Miami got 1% here. 4-star, number 236 overall, but it is a classic in-state battle for the 4-star out of American Heritage. FSU DB coach Pat Surtain has a great relationship with the staff down there at Heritage, and I think that's one of the big reasons why FSU is considered the leader here. Now, Miami, Florida State, they make the top 10 for Thomas, along with LSU, Oklahoma, Penn State, West Virginia, Colorado, Wisconsin, and Texas A&M. But right now, it's FSU. I mean, they're closing in on 100% on the RPM. What happens if they hit 100% on the RPM? Does that automatically make them a commit? I don't know. I got to check with Charles Power on that one. But FSU the leader, Miami not going away. I think the other teams will try to get involved, but all signs point to FSU here, and I think he could shut things down before we get to summer. We'll see what happens. But nonetheless, lots of room for top recruits. Only 4 committed so far. And I could see FSU adding maybe close to 20 more. That's a lot of commitments coming your way. Who do you guys want to see in this class? Maybe it's somebody I didn't mention. There's a lot of elite names still on the board that FSU's involved with. Let me know below, comment section, who is your most important recruit that FSU could land in this cycle? Who's on your wish list? Let me know. Comment section below. Thank you for watching this video, and if you enjoyed that, go check out the hundreds of videos that we have on this channel, and also do me a favor, hit subscribe to the On3 Recruits channel.